BlackBerry, a name that once dominated the global smartphone market. From its meteoric rise as the symbol of corporate success to its dramatic fall in the face of stiff competition, this is the story of a company that has constantly reinvented itself. But today, BlackBerry is still very much alive, not as the phone giant we once knew, but as a leader in cybersecurity and software solutions. How did it happen? How did BlackBerry go from being a must-have device in every business person's hand to reinventing itself in an entirely new market? In this video, we'll explore BlackBerry's fascinating journey, its highs, its crushing lows, and how it's positioned itself for success today. BlackBerry's roots go back to 1984 when Mike Lazaridis and Douglas Fregan founded Research in Motion RIM in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. Initially, RIM was not in the smartphone business at all. They began by developing wireless communication technologies, which were relatively niche at the time. Their big break came when they developed a pager-like device that allowed companies to send data and emails securely over networks. These early innovations made RIM a key player in the mobile communications world, and they quickly gained traction in the corporate sector. Their partnership with Ericsson to create the Ericsson Mobidem, a wireless modem, set the stage for their later successes. However, the big turning point came in 1999 when RIM launched the first BlackBerry device. This small, pager-sized gadget allowed users to send and receive secure emails, which revolutionized business communication. BlackBerry's rise in the early 2000s was meteoric. The BlackBerry 850, a wireless handheld device launched in 1999, changed the way people communicated. Its QWERTY keyboard was designed for business professionals who needed to send emails on the go. This focus on email became the company's trademark and its primary driver for success. During this period, BlackBerry devices were not only popular in the corporate world, but became status symbols. The company's decision to emphasize security over design gave it a unique edge. Businesses, governments, and high-profile individuals flocked to BlackBerry for its encrypted communication. Major risks like large investments in research and development paid off. By 2009, BlackBerry was riding high with millions of global users, dominating the smartphone industry with a market share of over 50% in the US. Its BlackBerry Messenger BBM was a game-changer, offering instant messaging before apps like WhatsApp existed. However, beneath this wave of success, change was looming. The smartphone landscape was changing rapidly. In 2007, Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone, marking the dawn of a new era in mobile technology. The iPhone's sleek design, touchscreen, and the introduction of apps fundamentally shifted consumer expectations. BlackBerry, meanwhile, stuck to what had worked in the past: its keyboard-centric design and focus on secure email. While these were critical to its early success, the company's reluctance to fully embrace touchscreens or a rich app ecosystem became its Achilles heel. Apple and Android competitors quickly took over, offering a better user experience and more dynamic app markets. BlackBerry also faced internal challenges. Its leadership struggled to respond to the rapid pace of innovation in the smartphone space. In an attempt to compete, BlackBerry launched its own touchscreen devices, but they were too little, too late. By the early 2010s, BlackBerry's market share had dwindled drastically, and its once loyal users were now flocking to competitors. Consumer behavior had shifted, and BlackBerry simply wasn't able to keep up. The decline continued, and by 2013, BlackBerry was hemorrhaging money. That same year, the company announced it was cutting 40% of its workforce and explored selling itself. Its flagship stores closed one after another, marking the symbolic fall of a giant. During this time, financial losses mounted and BlackBerry's stock plummeted. At one point, the company was worth a mere fraction of its former value, and many believed this was the end of the line. One of the hardest blows came when major governments and corporate clients, who had long relied on BlackBerry's secure communication, began migrating to iPhones and Androids. This exodus further crippled BlackBerry's ability to sustain itself as a smartphone leader. By 2016, the company officially announced it would stop making its own phones. The company wasn't finished yet, though. In 2013, BlackBerry brought in John Chen as its CEO. Under his leadership, the company embarked on a bold new strategy, pivoting entirely away from hardware. Chen shifted BlackBerry's focus toward software and security, capitalizing on the company's legacy of secure communications. BlackBerry's new direction involved selling software to corporations and governments, with a particular emphasis on cybersecurity solutions and the burgeoning Internet of Things (IoT) industry. This reinvention proved to be a pivotal move, helping the company return to profitability in the years that followed. Additionally, BlackBerry licensed its brand to third-party manufacturers, allowing them to make phones under the BlackBerry name, while the company itself no longer produced any hardware. This strategy allowed BlackBerry to stay somewhat relevant in the mobile market without being directly involved in the production process. Under Chen's leadership, BlackBerry re-emerged as a software powerhouse. By focusing on cybersecurity and software solutions for businesses, the company tapped into a growing demand for security in an increasingly digital world. Its QNX software, used in automotive systems, gave BlackBerry a strong foothold in the automotive industry, providing the backbone for infotainment and driver assistance systems. BlackBerry is now a key player in this market, with its software being used by automakers like Ford and BMW. Furthermore, the company's cybersecurity solutions became critical for governments and enterprises, ensuring safe data management and protection from cyber threats. BlackBerry's renewed focus on its software expertise proved successful, and the company saw new growth and profitability, albeit in a very different form from its hardware-dominating days. BlackBerry's image has evolved dramatically. Once synonymous with corporate success and exclusivity, its brand now focuses on trust and security. The transition from a consumer electronics company to a cybersecurity and software solutions provider has been crucial in this rebranding effort. No longer are they marketing to everyday consumers, but rather to businesses and governments in need of secure systems. Gone are the days of celebrity endorsements and bold advertisements. BlackBerry's image now revolves around reliability, security, and professionalism. The company's current marketing strategy highlights its solutions for data protection, illustrating how it has adapted to changing market demands. Despite BlackBerry's successful transformation, it faces ongoing challenges. Rising competition in the cybersecurity space, from companies like Microsoft and Cisco, means BlackBerry must continuously innovate to maintain its market position. In the fast-evolving tech landscape, where security risks are increasingly sophisticated, the company cannot afford to rest on its laurels. Recently, BlackBerry has been doubling down on its automotive software business, expanding partnerships with car manufacturers, and investing in AI-driven security solutions. However, the challenge remains keeping up with the rapid pace of technological development while staying ahead of competitors in both the cybersecurity and automotive sectors. Over the years, BlackBerry has largely avoided major scandals, but its failures in the smartphone market were often seen as a cautionary tale of hubris. The company was criticized for its slow response to market changes and its failure to adapt to the rise of touchscreens and apps. Additionally, in its final years as a smartphone manufacturer, BlackBerry was often ridiculed for being out of touch with consumer demands. While these controversies weren't scandals in the traditional sense, they contributed to the company's fall from grace. Today, BlackBerry is a very different company from the one that ruled the smartphone market. Its success in the cybersecurity and automotive software industries has been remarkable, especially considering its near bankruptcy a decade ago. BlackBerry's stock has been on the rise, bolstered by new product offerings and a growing list of corporate and government clients. Looking to the future, BlackBerry's focus on AI-driven cybersecurity and its growing role in the automotive industry give it a promising outlook. The company continues to invest in these areas, positioning itself as a leader in the digital security landscape. BlackBerry's journey is far from over, and as it continues to innovate, the world is watching closely to see where this once dominant brand goes next. Let us know in the comments, do you remember using a BlackBerry? How do you feel about the company today? And do you think they can continue to thrive in their new ventures?